What's What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast, we look at Thanksgiving faves from around the country and say, would you eat this? All this, a little shenanigans, a question of the day, voicemails, and more on today's pre-Thanksgiving episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast. Pew, 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 pew. All right, what's up? Welcome back, and welcome back a third time to the hashtag Blackout podcast. I'm Jared, and
what's good, people? I'm Jay,
and we're back and at it again. Jay, how was your week, cousin?
It's cool. Same old, man. I get the same answer every week. It was a week. Oof. It was just another week. Nothing fun. Nothing exciting. I know I mentioned to you, like right before the show, somebody got shot right across the highway from us, like road rage incident. So
people crazy out there, man. People crazy.
You know, it's. I don't know what it is in the waters of DFW or big city waters, because I'm sure the same thing happens like in LA and places like that and big city. You don't hear that in Utah, do you?
Road rage event?
Not to shooting, not to the point where somebody's getting shot.
I've heard of it a little bit, but mainly the road ragers over here, they just be like, they'll hit each other's car, they'll like follow each other and like fight and stupid stuff. But it's not I don't see it as often here getting to the point of shooting, but this is a state where they value their holding on to their guns, like Texas and a lot of other states. So I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Wow, it's just
that's crazy though.
It's amazing how people are that uptight and get that upset by
it's true.
To that point to where they want to kill somebody.
It's true. I remember my brother back in the day told me he was driving through Houston, and going through downtown Houston, there's an elevated freeway that goes through. Several of the highways are elevated, but there's one that is that had been well known, at least in Houston. I think it's called the Pierce elevated portion of it. So he said he was driving, and the whole time he'd been driving on this freeway, he'd seen these two cars road raging back and forth. And and then at one point in time, one of the guys in one of the cars opened his window and threw like a whole, like a big gulp or something like that, and hit the other guy's car when he tried to pass him. So the guy's car who got hit by the big gulp sped up and cut in front of him. And this is in the middle of rush hour. Cut him off, stopped him in the middle of the freeway, in the middle of rush hour, on this elevated highway that's, like couple stories off the ground, 2-3 stories off the ground, and jumped out his car, and they got into a fist fight in the middle of the highway. And mind you, I mean, this is in the middle of Houston, rush hour, millions of people in this city, so thousands of cars, pass on this area like every minute. Or every several minutes. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But I mean, I don't know, man. People, I don't know, for some reason these days, people are just too agitated. They're too like in a rush, too much in a hurry to do I don't know what. And sometimes I'm the guy that's too much in a hurry driving. I will admit it. When I go places, I like to get places. And sometimes I get agitated at people driving around me and stuff like that. But I don't get to the point where I need to go and confront somebody over the stupid stuff that they did on the road.
Yeah, my dad said one time he was riding with you, and he's like, I was so scared because Jared was driving so damn fast.
I'm sorry, Uncle Blue. I'm sorry about that, man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and the funny thing is, like, my dad used to drive a little like fast, a little crazy. My dad, if he was young right now driving, I would see him being like more of a road rager, because I've seen a couple of them times where we was driving on the road, and he yelled at people, and like they would, like he rolled down his window and yell at somebody else while they driving. Like it was
Yeah,
wild.
I used to love riding with that Aunt Barbara. You
Yeah.
talk about a
Oh man.
road. You talk about a road rager.
Yeah. She always got something to say, man. She's funny.
Yeah,
Wow. Well, that is
it's
horrible
funny.
to hear that somebody,
Yeah,
got shot over
two
that.
people.
But
That was actually another incident too in Dallas area.
mhm.
Some dude just got
Same
out
type
the
of thing.
fuck. Same type of thing. Road rage. He just started letting off his pistol, whatever he had.
These
So
people crazy, man.
yeah, yeah.
I
Like
don't
every week you hear it. So
don't even get it. Well, hopefully your next week will be better.
because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
see
gonna go for
what we got here. We got Thanksgiving is how many weeks? So we got today. Is
next
next
week.
week Thanksgiving?
Yep.
This week. So we got this week and then we got the following week. So we got this full week and then next week. So we're about a week and a half or a week and 2 days, something like that, 3 days away from Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So
Speaking of those weeks, people, get your hooks
4 days.
order in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm about to order some now too. I just completely remembered since you said that.
All right. Get you some of that fresh catch so you could brine your turkey. Brine that turkey. Fresh catch.
I can't even remember what I was going to buy. I'm out of something
Yeah.
and I can't remember.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Well,
What?
speaking of turkeys, this week at work and Thanksgiving, this week at work, we have an in-person in-office potluck. And so everybody's going to be bringing, random things.
Oh boy, here we go.
And my boss asked me to do the turkey. Because I did a brisket for like a little mini like get together he had with some of our international leadership that I went to with him, and yeah, I did a brisket for it, and they loved it so much. They're like, and he was like, you know what? Can you do the turkey, Jared? Like, if you got time, I'm like, get paid to do a turkey. My regular job, like for real, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. So it should be fun. But you know what though? This is the other thing. I just thought about this. We have some people who are vegetarians in our team.
Too bad.
And I know, right? Normally too bad, but our company and our team is like extremely like over the top inclusive of everyone. So the last time we did something like that, somebody one of our leadership was like, anybody who's vegetarian could bring their own dish. And I was like, dang. So I'm gonna see if there's a vegetarian version of like a turkey breast. Maybe there's a plant-based version. They gotta have some Beyond Meat, something out there.
Tofu or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring like a tofu slab. Bring a tofu slab. I'm gonna carve it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Tofu? Can you smoke it to where it tastes?
You can smoke the outside, and it will turn like the thing about tofu is you can't. There's no way to make flavor penetrate through it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like a bar of soap. It's like a bar of soap. Like you can't like inject anything into it. You can't, or you can inject some into it, but it doesn't have any pores for it to like fill into.
Gotcha.
Just like a bar of soap, it's just like a block, right? That's what tofu is. So you can season the outside, you can mix it into, like marinades and vinaigrettes and things like that. But with marinades, vinaigrette, but it's not really gonna take on the flavor of anything unless that's on the outside of what it is. So you could smoke it, and the outside will have that smokiness. But tofu is like the most. I don't know. Tofu is like it's like the most uneventful food item that's ever happened in history. So so that's coming up. So I can't wait for that. But nah, man, my week was okay. It's good. I'm telling you, man, with my company this week, I have been having, or I guess the past couple months, I've been just going through a couple random ringers, man. Like one thing, shipping this past couple months has been a nightmare. Stuff that I shipped just never arrived. And then I look like 2-3 weeks later and it's back in my mailbox. And they're like, oh, we couldn't ship this. Like, why? I put posted, like everything on there. and they just like returned everything. Or UPS. UPS, man. I stopped using FedEx because FedEx, you know, I don't know, FedEx was getting unreliable. UPS normally would like look like you would send a box and normally, you know, it's like nice and pristine with sharp edges. And when it gets there, I know it'll have a little tiny bit of wear and tear, but UPS looks like they got the box and they put it on a string and dragged it behind a truck. Um, you know, for like the first 5 or 10 miles, and that's probably not a really good reference. But you know, it's like they kicked it down the side of the mountain and then they put it in the truck. They're like, you know what, this looks good, you know, and then they like beat it up a couple times, then dropped it off. Like I've seen a couple of those. Hey, I see I got an order that just came through. Awesome.
Yeah, one of
Uh,
these.
I've seen that situation, you know, a couple of times as of late with my packages, and then also I have a meat a meat market that I ship some product to, and it literally has the name of the meat market on the shipping address, right? So UPS, you know, I shipped it and they said it was delivered like a couple days later, just as it was supposed to with tracking. Then, like, you know, like a week or so, week and a half after that, the meat market, they called me. They're like, hey, Jared, where's the package? We got a delivery that it was, or we got a notification that it was delivered, but we don't see anything. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, it showed delivered. So I looked at the tracking, said it delivered, like yada, yada, yada. Everything looked good. And then, yeah, man, I I don't know. I did a dispute with them. They said that they couldn't find it. The people, and I've been to the meat market. It's not a huge place, so it's
Mhm.
not like you would lose it. And you know, when 90% of the stuff they have there is meat, right, and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else, they have a little bit of seasoned stuff. So they're like, yeah, normally our UPS driver would hand it to us, and you know, we go on about our day, blah blah blah. And I guess the UPS driver showed up, and apparently they had a new person delivering that day and they just dropped it apparently, but
Mhm.
come to find out that they dropped it off at one of the neighbors' houses that lives or the neighbor businesses like right across the street. This is my main problem with that. First of all, that the fool dropped it off at the wrong place. That was my first problem. I was really pissed off about that. The second problem was the neighbor. You know
Didn't say
that this
anything.
package says such and such meat market. You know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't say John Smith, or it doesn't say, you know, like, you know, yeah, like whatever industries,
Tim's
you know,
hardware
like,
store.
yeah, it says such and such meat market. So how about being like a just a normal, nice human being and walk it over or knock on the door and say, hey, I got a package for you. Do you want to come grab it? You know what I'm trying to say? Or come and bring it to them. So that's like 300 and something dollars wholesale, and you know, several $100s retail, several more $100s retail that just vanished into thin air. So I had to do a dispute on it. And initially UPS is like, hey, we'll only pay you up to $100 for each package that was shipped, and then also shipping. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? That was, you know, like almost $400 worth of stuff. So then I don't know. I've been disputing it, but apparently they're supposed to be giving me back the full amount, but I'm not sure. So far, I've only gotten a check that would account for like a third of what I actually lost by their own
Mhm.
fault. And UPS admitted their fault within the messages back to me. So you know, this was they admitted that they, you know, dropped it off at the wrong place. Um, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, come
I
on,
hear
man.
you. I hear you.
Come on, man.
Dog,
I don't get it. But hey, you know what? Screw it. But other than that, you know, it is what it is. I also got my account hacked. My account was hacked also at the end of November. My Instagram, Facebook accounts, and was
September,
you know, I'd been September.
November,
My bad,
September.
September. Yeah, and I've been fighting to trying to get them back. And Instagram, Facebook could care less. Um, they even though I outlined plenty of evidence that the account was mine, that the I showed video and pictures of myself, all the steps that they wanted you to do, and they came back and said, we don't see any issues of wrongdoing. Well, how about
Wow.
this? How can I log into my account and change my email address and password like 6 times in, let me just tell you, in these locations: Vietnam, St. Louis, California. There was like St. Louis again, Vietnam. Like there was like all these places, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, all these places. All that happened within about 30 minutes of themselves. How could I, the fact that there is no like teleportation device, that actually works for human beings, how could I log in my IP, in an IP address in all those places within a half hour's time? It's not possible. So how can you say that there was no wrongdoing when you clearly see that? And the name was the name was changed on it, the email address was changed, like, and then they come out and said that they had, they have like this bug that caused a lot of people's accounts to get hacked and deleted, like, or disabled or something like that. Like, man, y'all screwed a lot of people out of a lot. Like, that's like, I'll tell you, that's a major loss of income for me, being able for have my accounts hacked, and I have to start them over. So go follow at Hooksrub. And I'm sorry I'm venting. It just really
Yeah, man, it's,
pisses me off. So
I'm sure it does. It does.
it's
That's
just
terrible.
ridiculous. People ain't got nothing better to do. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, come on, man. Like really, like you could really, if you want to be a hacker, there's so many other things you could do with your computer skills and talents that is probably much better gainful employment.
And the
You know
thing
what I'm
I'm
trying to
wondering
say?
is why would they hack you, or they're not even going to get any money, right? Because they have to go
Mm-mm.
straight to your store. People have to go
Nope.
straight to the
They
store.
they wouldn't be able to get
Yeah. So it's like,
anything
why put all
financial.
that effort in?
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
nothing financial. So I basically had to go back and redo everything. And there's a lot of steps of things that I did to set up my accounts on those. Um, that I frankly, sort of don't even remember how to do anymore. But you know what? Screw all that, because today I have a question of the day. Here's
Ooh,
my question of the day.
let's get to it.
Question of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you rolled up
Mm-hmm.
to if you rolled up to no. Let's start this over. So if the Wizard of Oz
Mm-hmm.
and Willy Wonka and his chocolate factory existed in the same world, and you were just walking down the street
Mm-hmm.
and you saw the Oompa Loompas gang
Okay.
and the Lollipop Guild gang facing off in the streets,
Oh, nice. Okay.
whose gang would you be on the side of? Who would you stand for? The Lollipop Kids or whatever, Lollipop Guild, or the Oompa Loompas?
Oompa Loompas. Definitely.
Why is that? Do you value
I
chocolate
value
sticks?
chocolate and sweets more than,
The lollipops?
yeah, man. They did they give away lollipops? No,
No.
they didn't.
They just welcome people to Munchkin Land.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's it. Dorothy did not get any kind of presents. Nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, yeah, she didn't get anything. But all those kids that went to Oompa Loompa Factory, the Willy Wonka factory, they got chocolates and sweets and all kind
They
of
got
things. They got to test out all kind of new uh, candies that are in research and development.
yeah,
So
got turned
yeah,
into big huge blueberries, floating blueberries.
yeah.
They got
Not saying,
sucked down. They got sucked down into the chocolate lake and then they shot
yeah,
out.
that's because they got greedy. You know, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
grown man, so I would probably be asking questions like, "What does that do? What does that do? What does that taste like,
Yeah.
Willy Wonka?" So, yeah,
All right. That's valid. I'll keep it. I'll take it.
I'll
I'll
try
take it.
one if you try one, Willie. So,
Right. I'll take it. Yeah, man. You know what? I I don't know. See, I'm trying to look at their leaders. And Willy.
Uh-oh. You're
I
glitching
probably
out.
was that. Can you hear me?
I see you glitch. I hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Dang.
I hear a little bit.
I was just trying to say I'd have to look at their leaders. Okay, how about now? Better? All right. I think yeah, I don't know. I had some issue, but I'd have to look at their leader and see, who I would rather as like the leader of the gang, right? Willy Wonka or the Wizard of Oz. And I had to go to Willy Wonka because the Wizard of Oz was like whack in the end of the day. Wizard of Oz was like, he was like not the boogeyman that you thought he was going to be. Willy Wonka was that dude.
Yep, from the beginning.
So from the beginning to the end. So yeah, shout out to Willy Wonka. Shout out to the Oompa Loompas. Lay that chocolate pipe. All right. All right, let's go ahead and listen to some voicemails, and then we'll get into a couple of other random topics of the day. So, Jay, why don't you go ahead and tell the people how they can leave us a voicemail.
All right, people, give us a little call, 3853-BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Tell us what side you'd lean on if you saw a fight between the Oompa Loompas and the Lollipop Kids.
Yep, we represent the Lollipop Kid, the Lollipop Kid, the Lollipop Kid.
Yeah, they just always disturb me, man, because they just seem mean. Like little kids that were just spoiled, rotten, and can't get their way,
Yeah. They're mad about the witches. Like, you know what, man? We can't help you. Go up that yellow road right there.
Yeah.
Go up that yellow brick road. Go see the wizard. The wizard can help you. We can't do nothing for you but sing and do this thing right here. And then we give you some lollipop candies.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe, possibly.
And if they did, it'll probably be like them little dum-dums or something.
It would be, they would give you like dots and good and plenty. The worst candies. Okay, here we go. First up.
Let's do it.
Wait. Start over.
What's up, guys? John Salvatore. I'm listening to your current episode. So, Chris Claremont, who hands down, in my opinion, probably has one of the best runs in X-Men, is the creator of Rogue's character.
Okay.
He envisioned the character to look like Grace Jones, but when it was given, the information was given to the actual artist, they didn't know who Grace Jones was, and why we have the iconic Rogue that we have now. And, as far as Keke Palmer playing Rogue, I don't think Rogue necessarily has to be white or black. I think she could be whatever. I mean, she's a Southern woman. I just don't think Keke Palmer, for me, and maybe I'm biased because I don't care for Keke Palmer. I don't think that she would be the best fit for Rogue. Of course, there are so many characters in the MCU and on the X-Men teams. If it were me casting Keke Palmer in the MCU under an X title, I would cast her as Boom Boom from the 90s X-Force team. But that's just me. All right, I'm blacking out. Bye.
All right. John Salvatore coming in with the heat from the John Effect podcast. Y'all, listen to the John Effect podcast and definitely follow him on the Instagrams because he always has some of the most hilarious podcast, cover videos or whatever. It's hilarious. But yeah, John coming through, letting us know that the creator, Chris Claremont from Marvel, wanted Rogue to look like Grace Jones. I remember Grace Jones back in the day. She was a bad woman. Like, she was like the woman you did not
She was
want to
I
cross.
always remember her from Boomerang and Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah, Conan.
And
Yeah,
she
that
was
was the
always,
first time I remember her.
she always was a tough attitude chick. She was always tough, you know.
You know what, man? And like when I saw her, like I was like, I bet in real life she would like beat me up.
Yeah.
Like even as a kid, I thought that she would just beat you up if you just looked at her wrong.
Strong
Just
J.
just walking down the street. Yes, exactly. She was strong, Jay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very interesting.
I think
very
about that, and now we talk about Strong J. That reminds me of was it Gwyneth Paltrow that had that perfume that smelled like her womanly scents, her underbottom scents? Or was it a candle? Was it a candle?
Yeah.
Was it Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah.
One of them that looked like
Paltrow
that.
Was her vagina candles. Yeah.
Okay, so I think if I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen Boomerang, but Strong J, she I think Eddie Murphy asked her a question about what does it smell like? What does her perfume smell like or something? And then she just picked her leg up and put it on the table and said, right, it smells like this. Come take a whiff.
Yeah.
She was the original.
She was. She, there has never been, I don't know, I don't think I could remember any other actress that was quite like her that could pull off exactly what she did perfectly. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And just be like that like, I don't know, there probably has been, but she just played whatever character she was in. I guess she was always sort of typecast as that like strong, whatever woman.
She is still doing her thing. She's 74 years old. I didn't realize. Yeah.
What's the last thing she was in?
I don't know.
IMDb. No, Grace Jones.
1998, 2001, Shaka Zulu. 2001, Shaka Zulu. 2007.
2001 Shaka Zulu?
Yeah, I know there was. I'm looking at this thing. I'm guessing it was. What is this? No? Was this a remake? It wasn't a remake. I don't know. I'm looking at this. Whatever this is. Maybe this particular thing was released in 2001. Interesting. I don't know. I see 2017. She was on something, but that was like something from the 70s, like a documentary. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
What was she doing?
That's crazy.
Anyway, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Grace Jones is from Jamaica, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, man.
So
she's from Jamaica.
Keke Palmer is Boom Boom from the X-Force. I mean, it could work. I mean, I'm not super familiar with Boom. I'm looking at pictures now. I do remember X-Force. Yeah, that was quite a long time ago. Because X-Force had Warpath.
Remember Boom Boom.
Was it Warpath? I don't know. I think Warpath was my favorite. I think Cable was a part of that. Was Bishop? Everything's just scrambled in my head. Okay, Cable was. Yeah, Cable. I'm looking at Cable, Boom Boom, Warpath, Domino. Yeah, Domino was. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see in Marvel do other things besides it's iconic stuff, even though they do kind of do it with like Guardians of the Galaxy and Eternals and stuff like that. But you got X-Men, that's big iconic thing. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I could rock with it.
Yeah. I don't know who Boom Boom is, but I'll take your and John's word for it. Yeah, I'll take your words for it. But yeah, like I think, like he said, Rogue doesn't necessarily have to be maybe a nationality as long as it's a Southern woman. But I would love to see that original, artist's character come to life. But would be wild though. Think of Grace Jones as Rogue though. I think she has too strong of a chin for Rogue, to be honest. She just would
Well,
not. I think she would
know.
be too. She's too scary for me to be Rogue. She's too scary.
Oh shit.
Rogue seems somebody who has like charm. Grace Jones does not have charm to me.
My thing came out. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
No, yeah, I got you. Yeah. I was just saying, Rogue seems to me like somebody who has like nice Southern charm, Southern hospitality. Grace Jones does not strike me as somebody who has that like that flavor. Like she don't come off like that at all. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
So
and
now
if she
I'm
was
wondering,
here sitting next to me, I wouldn't say anything, even being 70 something, because she probably still knocked me out.
She'd probably stare a hole into your soul.
Like what did you say?
Yeah. Bam. That's interesting. So now with all these questions coming up, I'm wondering if the artist, if envisioning Grace Jones to be Rogue was the, I guess, the storyline, maybe the attitude and stuff, was that supposed to embody? Well, let me stop, because I'm gonna think too much into this and it really doesn't make sense. Yeah, never mind.
Think about it and bring it back later. All right, that's cool. Well, thank you, John Salvatore.
Yes, sir.
You know what?
Thank you.
I will be sending you a message momentarily to see when we could actually bring you on the show, because this has been a long time coming to try to get you on this show. And for some reason that we have never been able to put it together. You and Jackie, we tried to get y'all both or one of you, at some point in time. It's just never worked out. So I'm going to send you a message in a little bit and we're going to see if we can make that happen. Hopefully you'll respond. All right, let's see here. Next voicemail in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, y'all? This y'all friend Memphis Diva 99. Look, why they robbed the news people and took their equipment? They were at the corner of Poplar and Highland here in Memphis. Pretty nice area. Well, a lot of the U of M students and a lot of restaurants and stuff. And while they were out there setting up, they got robbed of their equipment. And it's interesting because what are you going to do with all that equipment? And I think people are robbing just to be robbing. They don't have nothing better to do. And I went and saw Wakanda Forever. Oh, y'all, you're going to need some tissue. And do not leave when the credits roll up at the end. Okay? They did a wonderful, fantastic job of giving boy Chad with, a tribute. It was really neat. Some of the scenes, but it was good. It was a nice crowd and everything. And I'll tell y'all, I'll talk to y'all a little later. I took the flu shot and had a very bad reaction. It was mandatory. And I've been home for 3 days sick. So we talk about that later. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, thank you for that, Memphis Diva. And yeah, Wakanda Forever. Actually, my company, oh shoot, my chair fell. My company is basically giving every employee the opportunity to go with up to 4 people. They booked out a movie theater here to go to see Wakanda Forever this Thursday. So I got tickets for my family, or this Tuesday. So we're going to see Wakanda Forever on Tuesday. Nice. For free, 90 free. And I can't wait. I cannot wait, man.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I wanted to go this past Friday since my wife and I took off and we were just like doing nothing, but yeah.
Y'all could have went. Yeah, let kids be at school.
Yeah, we could have went. But the kids want to see it too, so yeah, it'll be one of those things.
Okay, that could have been a date, but then you'd have to see it 2 times. Or it'd have been a date for y'all to see it, but then when it came out on Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen the original one twice in the theater, so.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, it's good, man. I'm excited to see it. My wife sent me something. She sent me like an Instagram post. It was a reel of that somebody had collected from somewhere. They recorded from somewhere. I can't remember where it's from, but it was basically all the characters from the Avengers doing like the Brady Bunch song parody. And Chadwick Boseman was a part of it. He had a portion. This was before he passed. After he'd done Black Panther. So it was like sort of sad seeing that, obviously, but also very cool. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to you in a message. But oh crap. But I don't know, man. I'm excited to see it, and thanks for that call, Kayla. I can't wait to see that. Also, what is the deal? What is the deal with people? I don't know, like people in Memphis doing crazy stuff like that, but people in general, people out here just literally trying to do their job. Like the news people. You know what I'm trying to say? Reporters, cameramen. Most of the time, in a situation like that, it's only the reporter and the cameraman out there with all the equipment, set up a camera, in their news van, and the reporter, with the mic. Like that's literally just about all that they have. And they go out and they post up, do a story or shoot some B-roll, whatever it is. And then they're done. And they got robbed off that? Like, come on, man. What the heck? Like, I don't know. And most of the time, there's only specific places where you could sell news equipment like that. Like the equipment that they have on those news trucks and the cameras. Like, it's not like a normal video camera. I don't get it, man. People be doing some stupid stuff. So
yeah.
People doing some stupid stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll find somebody to buy it.
They will. There's always a way to sell some stuff. But yeah, shout out Memphis Diva for that. Shout out to John Salvatore from the John Effect podcast, and also another podcast I want to shout out for a minute. Dan, the mayor from the Starting Five podcast, who we've had on this show. We've been on, I've been on their show once, and want to go back again. I know he said he's taking a little step back from social media for a minute. So hopefully that doesn't affect actually, I think it does affect his podcast. I think he's putting his podcast on hold, the Starting Five, which he started, 10 some years ago, something like that. And then he's also a part of the Wrestling is Trash podcast with Random Rounds with Rob. He, I don't know. He just said that he's been, sort of had a wave of emotion hit him, and he just needed to take a step back for a little bit, and he'll be back eventually. So, man, stay strong. You could always reach out to us, Dan, if you ever need us. Whenever, however. He's still active on TikTok, so you can look out on TikTok and see some of his messages on there. But that's where he also, talked about, wanting us to take a step back. And several months ago, maybe last year sometime, he said he has a Facebook group for the Starting Five podcast community. And he was like, you know what, I'm off Facebook just because he was tired of dealing with them or their rules or getting banned for something. Right. So he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just take a minute and chill, off that. So yeah. Stay up, stay strong, and we'll see you when you come back, Dan.
Yes, indeed.
See you when you come back. All right. Well, Jay, I know you had a couple topics to talk about.
Let me see.
We'll talk about the Thanksgiving food later.
These things came up pre-show. I know we were talking about certain things, and I recently saw a video of a gorging of the Running with the Bulls. Why people want to do this?
Wait, hold on a second. A gorging?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean somebody got stabbed with the bull?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That hurts.
So that recently happened. And then it got me wondering about other festivals around the world. And what festival interests you that you always wanted to attend or see,
I wanted to go to in person?
Yeah, even when you were a little kid.
Oh, man. There's so many. One of which is the Running with the Bulls.
Crazy festivals. Yeah.
I don't think that I would, I don't know. I at this age right now, I would not want to compete in the Running of the Bulls.
Oh, no.
But when I was like 20, 21, I would have tried it. because I was like, I'm still fast enough from high school. I think I can do it. You know. So
Okay.
yeah, that one. Also the tomato one, the one where they like you're swimming in a sea of tomatoes, you're throwing
Yes,
tomatoes at every.
that
I
is
would
the only
love
one.
to go to that one,
La
which is in Italy.
Tomatina, Spain, La
That's what it's called,
Tomatita,
Spain. Okay, yeah.
Tomatina.
I want to go to that one.
Yeah.
And for some reason, at some point in time, for some reason, I thought the tomato one and the bull one happened at the same
at
time.
the same time. So
Imagine.
that would be hilarious, disastrous, extremely
Everything.
dangerous.
It would be everything. Yeah.
Nobody would be able to run, slipping on tomatoes. The bull slipping on tomatoes.
Yeah,
Accident.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are two of the main festivals. I want to go to Burning Man just for the sheer effect of like watching and like people watching at Burning Man. Lollapalooza was also one of those. And then what was the one that you Freaknik? You know, that was one that I always would have wanted to go to like
always
just
wanted
look
to
and
do
stare,
Freaknik.
you know, and enjoy the music obviously, but look and stare at all of those. I'm trying to think. The World Cup, I know it's not a festival, but it's a huge celebration. And then also the games. I would love to go to that just to experience that. And then the Olympics is some of the same. Oh, but one that I have been to that I always wanted to go to was Sundance movie festival.
Yeah.
Because they have it here. And it's coming up here in a couple months. And yeah, Sundance is pretty dope. So
that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Yeah, man. So I started looking this up and came across the site of the 9 or 10 most dangerous festivals in the world.
Okay.
So I know we've talked about a couple of these. The cheese rolling, Cooper's Hill cheese rolling.
Oh yeah.
So people, they don't actually.
I remember watching that video.
They let's see if I could paint a picture for everybody. So participants chase
you can share huge, it? Is it a video or a picture?
No, it's not a video. It's a picture. Let's see.
Yeah, see if you can share that. I'll put it up in here.
Present, share screen.
They have a Netflix special, I believe, about that.
Yeah. There is one.
I love watching that. There it is.
All right. So here's one. Cooper's Hill cheese rolling, where participants chase a huge wheel of double Gloucester cheese. I guess that's how you say it, weighing almost 8 pounds. It's a big cheese wheel where they roll it down and it reaches a top speed of probably 70 miles per hour, and everybody chases it. Why they do that? I don't know. What do they win? I don't know. But a number of injuries include sprains, concussions, fractured bones, is often high. Even bystanders have been known to be injured by out-of-control runners or the bouncing cheeses.
Yep.
Whoever knew cheese would cause so much damage. Oh, okay. It was shut down in 2010.
But they keep doing it. They do unsanctioned versions now. And let me tell you, the hill where they do that, 45-degree angle is like a pretty that's a pretty pretty sharp angle to like walk, run down or something like that. This is at even steeper angle.
And it's not all flat.
It's not flat. Yeah, it's in the middle of, it's like a hill. So, there's dips and dives. So yeah, people break all kinds of things, fall down. Most of the time you see people falling down, rolling past the cheese.
Yes.
Every now and then you see somebody actually making it down, running the whole way, or they'll run, they'll flip and bounce, and they'll hop back on their feet. And the first person down, I don't think you win a ton of money. I know, maybe it's like a couple $1,000s or something like that. I know you win like a trophy, like a cheese roller trophy, and you have the title of being like the faster than the cheese or something like that, for a year. But it's crazy.
That's crazy.
That'd be fun to watch. I wouldn't do it though.
No, not at all. So this other one I saw was called, there's quite a few.
Hold on. Scroll back down. Wait, up slightly. Right till you see the bottom of that dude's belly. Scroll up. Just a little bit higher. Slight, right now. Little lower. Bam. At first, when I saw his belly, like just his belly fat, like with the little line thing in the middle, I thought it was some cleavage. I was like, "What you about to show we here with this festival?" And then I realized it was like a man from some other country.
What kind of cleavage you be looking at?
If you went up just a touch, right there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, "What? That's some weird cleavage."
Right
okay.
in here.
Yeah, right in there. Yep.
So this one's called Thaipusam. It's a 2-day Hindu Thanksgiving festival celebrated by Tamil communities across Asia. So let me see. Men and women, some women undergo sacrificial mortification, piercing their tongues, cheeks, and bodies with sharp skewers.
Nope.
If that isn't enough to make your eyes water, some men carry heavy, elaborate structures, kavadis, adorned with peacock feathers and flowers on their shoulders, which are attached to their bodies with hundreds of rods or hooks. One of the biggest events takes place in Singapore, where a procession of devotees makes its way drumming and chanting along a 2.7-mile route from Little India to Tink Road. The extreme body piercing might look agonizingly painful, but the devotees who undergo special preparation and enter a trance-like state are said to not feel much, if any, pain. However, each year some collapses along the route. So yeah. You see how it's going through the side?
That hurts.
Yeah.
Like, it literally hurts looking at that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, not me, buddy. So
can't do it.
We got the famous, world famous Running with the Bulls.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get gored.
Yeah, my man right here on the ground, he's just SOL. Not at all. Not me. You got the Beehive Rocket Festival, which is takes place in Taiwan.
Okay.
This dangerous 130-year tradition is one of the country's most significant religious events. One of the world's largest folk festivals. Let's see, what does it entail? It attracts people from across Taiwan looking to be bombarded with firecrackers, said to rid them of bad luck. Huge rocket launch towers filled with thousands upon thousands of fireworks are set off, shooting in all directions and lighting up the night sky. The deafening display sounds like an angry bee swarming out of their hive. Spectators wear protective helmets, thick jackets, scarves, and gloves so they can stand so as close as possible to the towers. As you expect, multiple spectators suffer from severe burns, as well as temporary deafness and flesh wounds caused by a barrage of rockets and fire shrapnel. So yeah.
Wow.
Reminds you of that rocket that fell when we accidentally lit off and it shot off towards us.
Yep.
Good old days, right?
That's crazy. Yeah, forget that, man. I'm not trying to go to a festival where I'm purposely having fireworks shot at me. Nah, I'm not there for it.
Yeah.
On Bashira.
Yeah. So yeah, on Bashira. What is this? I have no clue. It's an adrenaline-fueled event and considered the most dangerous event in Japan, and attracts many tourists over a 2-month period. 16 ancient fir trees are felled or
they get cut down.
Yeah, let's just say they get cut into 17-meter logs that weigh over 10 tons. Decorated in traditional colors of red and white, the logs are hauled across the river and up a steep rocky hill. Blah blah blah. They then ride them at high speed down on the other side, trying not to fall off or get hurt.
Wow.
With men still clinging on, the logs are then erected into position at the shrines. Participation comes with great honor, but also comes with great risk, as injuries are nearly inevitable. Past festivals have seen drownings, participants being crushed, or falling while the logs are being raised. Nah, bro. Drowning.
That's wild. People do some wild stuff, man.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Yeah. So this one here is pretty much similar to that other fireworks festival.
Okay.
Feria de la Pyrotechnia. Yeah. So fearless locals and tourists gather for 8 days of jaw-dropping pyrotechnic displays, parades, and contests. Biggest draw is the burning of the bulls, where brightly colored life-size bulls made out of paper mache and adorned with fireworks are paraded through the streets before being set alight. Yeah, the dark skies are illuminated as the euphoric crowds are showered with burning sparks. It's no surprise there's a high number of firework-related injuries. Yeah,
that's cool. I'd go check that out.
That's amazing. I'd have to have something covering my head to.
Well, yeah, but
yeah,
I think it'll be cool. That's just a rodeo, huh?
Yeah, it looks like just a rodeo, but they said this is a cavalry stampede. 100 years. So yeah, it's pretty much just a rodeo. But they say it's controversial because there's like a lot of human fatalities are rare. Over 100 horses have died and had to
horses
be
down
to 1986 through 20. So this one was funny.
What is this? Hold on a second. Hold on. Who's jumping babies? Who's baby hurdling? Come on.
Yeah. So El Colocho, the baby jumping festival.
Bruh.
This happens in northern Spain. It's an important cultural festival that dates back to the 1600s and combines Catholic and pagan rituals. A man in a devil's costume runs through the town, terrorizing locals before jumping over rows of babies placed on mattresses who have been born during the year to cleanse them of sin. Although it might look incredibly dangerous, surprisingly, no injuries have ever been reported.
Oh my goodness. That looks like I would never put my baby under there. Like, come on, bro. I guess if I was
in great shape.
Yeah, this dude better be a world-class athlete, and he does not look like that.
No, because my baby right here, he looks like he about to get his head stomped in.
Honestly, though, you would much rather want your baby to be like in that first row right there, probably on the first mattress pad. Only because at that point the dude, he has all the strength in his body still. But imagine if your baby's like on the 8th one, and dude been jumping babies this whole time, and by the 8th one, his legs might get tired, he might trip, and your baby's in that back row.
It's all over with.
It is all over with it. Oh, why? Imagine if you were a baby. Your mom and dad, playing Gucci Gucci Goo. You just had a bottle, and your mama like, you know what? Here, funny. Young Jay, lay down right here on this mattress, this pillow, next to this other little kid, and relax. And then all of a sudden, you see this fool dressed up in the yellow devil costume with some Sauconys on, jumping like running at you and jumping. No, they probably got lottos out there, but still, I'm just trying to feel like that's wild. All right, what's the next one?
All right, this is the last one. We can get through it.
Firewalking.
Timothy, I guess that's how you call it. Firewalking festival. This happens in southern India. So male and female devotees walk or run barefoot across 9-foot fire pit containing searing hot coals to receive a blessing from the goddess Draupadi. While most people make it across unscathed, a few, including some children, have ended up with burns, usually caused by tripping up or falling. So I would actually probably try this. I would probably try this.
I'm glad you would, and I would be there cheering for you, but I'm gonna say this:
strong, Joe Rogan.
Your feet are strong, right? I'm gonna say this though: I have never understood firewalking or walking on glass, like broken glass.
Yeah, glass. No, I did.
Or nails, like I don't, or thumbtacks. Like I never understood, and I know there's some people who like thrive off the pain. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They have like a pain fetish, but this one right here, this one specifically though, nah, bruh. I can see how people get the severe burns, like they said, from falling. But what if you get on there and you just, it's gonna be hot, but it is hotter than you think, and you like sort of like your mind causes you to pause. You know, like that's gonna like you're gonna smell. Like, can you imagine the smell of burning foot flesh?
Yeah.
I mean, it smells like crispy burnt cheese and burnt
smell like
meat.
Frito Pie, man. Delicious.
Oh, why did you have to? Why'd you have to bring down one of my favorite dishes?
Man, you know.
Nah, but I'd be cheering for you though, bro. I'd be like,
man,
okay,
you know, you just prep for a few months, not wash your feet, let it callus up, walk outside for a while, you know, let it get super ashy.
Be barefoot. Okay, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, man.
Then maybe you have a chance.
Maybe I have a chance.
Your feet are strong. Wow, that is crazy. Well, that's wild. So, you know what? I can understand, you know, how some people would like to eat, you know, those wild things, or not eat those wild things, but do those wild things. But also, you know, thinking of other wild stuff at this time of year. You know, this time of year is Thanksgiving, where, you know, every now and then you see like some really, really wild food combinations. And one thing that I saw the other day, which I just want to ask you, would you eat? Would be this. So it was on like Black Foodie or something like that on Instagram. I can't remember, but they had somebody who posted a recipe for sweet potato and mac and cheese casserole pie. So think about this. They made a pie, right? The bottom half of this pie was a sweet potato pie. I don't know whose recipe, but it looked all right, like when it was done. But halfway through the pie's baking process, they had made a mac and cheese recipe and put that on top of the sweet potato bottom half. And they topped it with cheese and baked it off till they finished. And they cut slices of a mac and cheese sweet potato pie slice. So when I saw that, I was appalled. I was disgusted. Right. I was not ready for that. I was not here for that. I was not ready for that. And honestly, I wouldn't eat that as a combination, as prepared, baked together. But I have known, and I know I've done this, I've eaten mac and cheese and sweet potato at the same time in a bite.
Yes.
It's happened before. So why would I be appalled? I don't know. But would you eat that?
I would try it. I won't lie. I'd try it. Yeah. Would I enjoy it? I don't know. Like you said, if it's on your plate together, like separately, sometimes you take a bite together. Might taste fine. You know, no problems with it. But I don't know. It might taste okay.
It might.
Who came up with this recipe?
Well, this is one thing that this was some person in the hood. They're probably from Atlanta.
Okay. I might have to trust them. I don't know. Maybe. So
it was an African American who was creating it, not someone else. I have another question. So that got me thinking about some of the wild and random things that you may find in other places. And in Utah, for instance, there's a thing which I'm probably told you about at some point in time. This is a Utah delicacy. If this Google search ever pops up, I will show you. Here we go. This has apparently been a long-standing Utah delicacy, which I personally have never consumed. But I've seen it on the table, right? And I've always been like, nah. So this green jello salad.
No,
right? So this one right here, that's like the multi jello, I've had that before, and that's fine because there's nothing random in it. But this right here, this, there we go. Can you still see the screen that I'm loading in? No. Hold on. Let me share the right screen.
Strawberries on the right.
Share this tab instead. There we go. Bam.
Oh.
Yep. Here we go. So here I'm loading it in now. So this right here is green jello but it also has carrots, shredded carrots. Shredded carrots. So green Jello with vegetables inside. Would you do it?
Absolutely not.
Would you eat it?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Like, who thought this was a good idea?
This was a part of the Mormon culture, and it looks like it dated back, before the 50s and 60s. So, I mean, it's been like, several decades since this came out.
Did that say the Utah State Legislature has designated Jello as the official state snack?
Yes. But it is Jello, but it's specifically normally the green Jello, oops, I'm sorry, it stopped sharing. It's normally the green Jello, or it's that thing right there that I showed you with the with the multicolored layers of Jello. But yeah, that green Jello with carrots was one of the things that I was told was like outwardly amazing. But like, look at this. Let's look at this, friends. See on the right?
Yeah.
This is why I am so happy.
Lime Jello cabbage salad.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm so happy that I was born in Texas and raised by parents who could cook, whose families could cook. It's not only that they could cook, but it's their families that could cook.
Yeah.
That's why I know. That's how I know. Because when you go to states like Utah, when you go to states apparently like Iowa, this looks like it's Jello with, it looks like cucumbers and green onions. That's why I know when I go to these places, I was blessed. That's why I know when I go to these places, I was blessed, because I was not raised on this random stuff. Even look at that, even from the Olympic Games, the official snack of Utah, green Jello pin. There you go. You could download it. You could buy it. So yeah, that is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen as far as a food trend. I know that some states have some other crazy stuff, but that is one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen. There's also the thing that I found earlier called aspic, which I'll show you right here. And aspic is this right here. It's leftover turkey that they have also formed into a gelatin. And this is not Utah specific. Let's see here. Trying to see. I can't remember where it turned into. Let's see. Great. So this came by after the Great Depression.
What is this stuff on the spoon?
And so this was more like a national thing. That's actually it's hold on. What is the stuff? Because if I'm correct, that is what do you call it? Like mustard seeds, like like a mustard seed compound that you eat that with. Yeah. So it's mustard seeds. So mustard seeds actually look like that. They're not like so yeah, man.
So
aspic, turkey, Jello, and if you think about it, back in the Great Depression, oh yeah, 100%. That they used what they call it. They used a Tupperware mold to create that, and they just put like some dill leaves and parsley on top just for color. I don't know why. But yeah, I couldn't touch it, man. Couldn't touch it. But yeah, back in the day though, they used to have, there you go, fruit Jello. That looks like a red version of the Utah Jello. But back in the day, Jello molds were like really a show-stopping centerpiece, for families at meals, at big family meals, or big holiday events. I've read cookbooks and seen cookbooks like going back to like, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Like a lot of those big family gatherings would have like a big Jello mold or like a tuna loaf mold or like something crazy like that, and they would decorate it in all kinds of, with all kinds of like, fruits and vegetables and things like that, and it would be like the main attraction. It was like, Aunt Gertrude's, turkey and macaroni surprise.
Not at all.
Like everybody would show up just for that, and they would get a heaping helping, and they'd take a plate with some saran wrap on top. Take it home.
A heaping helping.
Give me a plate, Aunt Gertie.
It's nasty and dirty. I'm glad we didn't have it. I'm trying to recall in our holiday meal history, if we ever seen something like that.
We have. No, I don't think we ever had anything like that in our family, because everything that our families made always seemed to be legit and delicious. There's rice dressing. There's cornbread dressing.
Multiple types of meat.
Sweet potatoes, our candy yams, sweet potato pie, all kinds of meat, pork roast, turkey, ham.
Oh boy.
Dang, making me hungry.
Yeah.
But nobody ever cooked some crazy wild stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
So I feel kind of bad because everybody's going to my parents for Thanksgiving this year. Mm-hmm. She says they're expecting, I guess, around 20 people.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, my mom talked about that.
So it's like, oh man, it sounds good. It sounds like a great place to get a good home meal. But
how much time do your kids get out for school for Thanksgiving?
They get the whole week out,
Oh, see, that's cool. Yeah, my kids, they just get out Wednesday.
We'll be here, so
the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that sucks. But yeah. That's cool, man. Well, yeah, it'd be a good meal. Okay, so I know you had another topic to get to.
Yeah,
we'll get off this crazy food.
We're like going back and forth on these topics because none of them actually go together.
It's all right.
So
just like Jello and carrots, they don't go together.
And turkey, yeah,
and turkey,
yeah. So before the show, we were talking about different things like the northern states, how it looks so beautiful and mountainous and peaceful and things like that. And it came to my mind, it's like, if you could actually live in a video game just based off scenery and environment, what game would it be? The first thing that came to mind was Red Dead Redemption. Okay. Because it looks so peaceful up there in the mountain areas, and they give you a little backstory and all that other stuff.
Red Dead Redemption. That's what you'd want. That's where you'd want to live.
I wouldn't mind because it's peaceful. Now, granted, it was an outlaw type environment. Had some KKK members up in there.
KKK up in there that they had.
But not everybody was a KKK member. Not everybody was a KKK member, but I'm sure I could find a place that has settled some nice black folks, and you go fishing for catfish and stuff like that.
I haven't played Red Dead in a long time. I need to play that. I never finished the campaign because it was just too big.
It was a big
too many side stories. But yeah, I'm happy that you would live in Red Dead. I don't think I could though. I don't think I'd be able to. I'm trying to think of a world though that I would live in. And it has to be one of those games that actually has like a world, like an existing world to live in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like an open world concept or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that takes out like Call of Duty or anything like that. It takes out Madden, but it does. But it could be. I could live in the 2K world, because 2K now has like those created characters, and like it could be like life mode or whatever it's called.
Mm.
So I could live in that world if I was a 2K basketball player, Live in the inner city.
Could you live
NBA
in
Street?
Could you live in Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Seeing buses fly, like I'm not sure. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I'm sure there's some nice parts of Vice City, right? Don't you think? Or not even Vice City, but like, you know, GTA 5, like San Andreas or whatever they're in now.
Yeah, Vice City. I mean, that took place in Miami, right? Yeah.
I
guess Miami-ish vibe.
So, I mean, Vice City was a little wild though, man. Like Vice City was like very, like you could run away from the cops a lot easier in Vice City than you can right now. So I'm not quite sure I would want to live in that world either. I'm trying to think of a world that isn't like absolutely okay. So we'll just say it like this. If I'm living in a world where I don't think I'm taking many chances and like me and my family will be all right, I would live in any of the Super Mario worlds. Probably like Super Mario, what is it? Like Super Mario, not 64. Probably like Super Mario World from like the Super Nintendo, the first one. I'd probably live in one of them worlds. Because you got Yoshi, you got apples hanging from the trees all over the place.
That's all you eating is apples, apple pie,
Bruh,
apple jello.
You know, they're probably apple jello. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd be fine. If I wanted to live in a world where I was going to take a chance on making it, you know, I would live in. Oh, I have another one. Okay, so another place I could probably live and like be all right would be Minecraft. You know, because I don't know though. As long as you're not out at night though, you know, because at night they got all them like we call like the Ender mans and stuff. As long as you're not out at night too late and you can move like pretty good, you know, like you'd be fine in Minecraft. But if I wanted to live in a world where I was just going to take my chances to see if I could make it, it would have to be like it would be like in Streets of Rage, or you know, Streets of Rage, you know, like being in New York, like having to travel the subway. You'd be fine for the most part, but then again, you might have to deal with like some roughnecks. So you might be all right. So I might live in Streets of Rage. Now, if I wanted to live in a world where I definitely had to try to fight to survive, it would be any of the Resident Evils. I don't know why those monsters. It's terrifying, but I would live there. I would do that. Those would be my worlds.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know if Red Dead.
I can see that.
Even though Red Dead was cool. Actually, Red Dead might be cool though, because like you said, you could just go out, find you a plot of land, find a place where they don't have the KKK members, and be all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's all. You just want some peace and quiet. I don't want to be fighting people all the time. Just want to live my life and enjoy the nice, lush scenery.
Go fishing.
Waking up to no smog in the air, no
steamship,
no craziness going on, no road rage.
Yeah.
Of course, there was some kind of road rage. If you ran your horse into somebody else's horse, I think you probably had like a shootout or something like that. But,
yeah, that's the one thing. Like sometimes stuff just like would just straight up go down, and you don't even know why.
Yeah.
You're just hanging out, having a good time in the saloon, having a beer that, you know.
And the crazy thing was, I was playing that game. I think I might have spent a couple hours just playing dominoes with somebody in the town square.
Yeah.
So, wow, man, you know.
On that game, you play for 10 hours playing dominoes?
I played for a couple hours just playing dominoes, just a random little game of dominoes with somebody.
Is it was that like when you're playing Red Dead Online?
No, like, I mean you could play against the computer.
Just like within the game, yeah.
Yeah, within the game. So Yeah. It was
okay.
Cool.
Okay. I respect it. I respect it. Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think there's many other worlds. I would not want to live in the Fallout world. I would not. I would not want to live in the Gears of War the Gears of War world. Diablo.
Cyberpunk would be kind of cool. Have you watched the Cyberpunk series on Netflix? It was kind of started inspired by the
game
Cyberpunk game.
I haven't looked at it at all.
I could probably live in that world. That world was kind of wild. You know, definitely. I'd say definitely check it out. Definitely not with your kid. Don't let him see it because there's some things. I mean, hell, whatever. You could probably let him see it. He's at that age now, so let him check it out. All the animated, breasts and appendages. So yeah,
appendages. I don't know. I don't know. There's some worlds that I couldn't touch. The Halo world, no.
I've never seen a community. The only time I've seen a community of people in the Halo world was in ODST. Yeah, I think so. And then it wasn't all that great versions. No.
Yeah. No, I would do that. I don't know. Probably I'd probably have to live, I don't know. That one of the easiest worlds to live in would be like Stardew Valley or something like that. Some place that like everything is just like happy, joy. Oh, you know what? The Wii Sports world. I would chill there because it's just games and fun times. Like it's like you're always on a resort, Wii Sports Resort. You're always on a resort playing games, chilling. That might be fun. Or maybe that's the world that you get away to when you go on to take a vacation.
That's pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll end up? I know we have the meta universe now. What is it? Is that what it's called? Do you think we'd ever end up getting close to one Ready Player One type? I guess living standards.
I think we could. I think we could, like, as far as a virtual reality world. Yeah. I think we could. I think maybe that's what they're trying to build the foundation of right now with Meta.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But I mean, it would be a long time, I think, until they got it as involved in regular day-to-day society as Ready Player One. Because you remember, people didn't actually go to school in Ready Player One. They went to school. They didn't go to school in person. They went to school virtually. So I guess we have done that in a sense. We have gone to school virtually all over the world. We have worked and still work virtually, all over the world. So, I mean, I guess it's closer than I think, right? But having all of society shift to that, it would take, something pretty major to do that. Now, their living situations where every city was basically a stack of
trailers,
trailer homes.
Yeah.
I would hope that. I would hope it would be more like, you remember seeing the newest version of Judge Dredd?
Yeah.
With Sylvester Stallone, and like everything was just like every community was like this huge like column of like the projects, but it was just like these big tall buildings.
Right.
I think, or maybe I guess if you look at China or Japan, some of their larger cities, they just look like basically high-rise towers. I would think that would be the progression of society. Everything would look more like that, and you would do everything virtually, and then like have all your food delivered, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But
that's all. That's all I got. It's 1 week before Thanksgiving. Okay. I'm hungry.
That's all I got.
We talked about food. I don't think I want to eat any Jello anytime soon. But
same here. I'm starving now, so I got to go have some breakfast. But yeah, that's all I got. So why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they can find us, and thank you, whoever's watching right now, for watching them. We appreciate you. Much love.
Yeah. All right, folks.
Go
Twitter, Instagram, #Blackout Pod. Check us out on your favorite podcast streaming platform out there. Email us topics, #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Hit us with a little voice melody, 3853-BLAKPC or 3853-252-572 is where you could give us a little call. Let us know what's on your mind. If there's a fictional sort of place that you wouldn't mind living just to get away from the hustle and bustle of today's crazy society.
Hustle.
Yeah, that type of thing. Let us know if there's any crazy festivals you'd like to attend. That type of thing. Whatever you want to talk about, just let us know. Hit up hooksrub.com, get yourself a bottle or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5
yes,
hooks.
Indeed.
Get you some merch, get you something to help you season up your turkey for your upcoming holiday meals or whatever your food is going to be. Maybe you're going to cook some sweet potato mac and cheese pie or whatever. Use some hooks, put a little sprinkle on it, season it up.
Yeah, spice up your life.
Spice up your life, man. And that's,
spice up your life.
That's all we have today. 2:34 in the bag. It's cold out here in these streets because slowly winter's coming.
It's cold in these streets. Cuffing season is here. You need to stick to your boo, or your boo is going to chunk the deuce. So, I hope y'all have a great week, and we'll holler at y'all next week. And on that note, I'm blacking out.
Blacking out, folks.
Peace. And ended.